Hello, you're watching Avenue X, and today let's talk about a recently started airing Chinese contemporary drama, 不完美受害人, Imperfect Victim. This is a 29-episode drama that's being aired on two different satellite televisions, Beijing Satellite Television and Shanghai Dongfang Satellite Television, as well as the web platform iQIYI. It is produced by iQIYI, directed by Yang Yang, who is also the director of last year's rather popular period drama, A Dream of Splendor. It is written by Gao Xuan, Ren Baoru, and it was filmed from September to November last year, mainly in the city Qingdao in Shandong province. The drama is led by Zhou Xun, Liu Yijun, Lin Yun, Zhong Chuxi, Chen Shu, Dong Jie, a very impressive ensemble, and we haven't yet seen all the characters showing up at this point when I'm making the video after I've watched the first 12 episodes. And honestly speaking, I cannot wait for the later episodes to come. I will easily give it a 2 gold mine, and this is just to give it room for later development because I cannot yet be sure whether this drama is going to keep getting better or continue its current quality or drop slightly. Because of the nature of the story, it's rather hard to predict what it's going to turn out to be, but so far I'm very, very happy. And among all the Chinese dramas that are ongoing right now, early July 20s, days 2023. This is, in my opinion, the best one. A really quick synopsis of this story. It starts with a rape case that happened at a penthouse of a very big company. The chairman of the board guy, successful businessman, played by Liu Yijun, is having a night with his assistant, a very young girl who just graduated from university, who's been working as his personal assistant for a while. It's midnight. Police came, knocked on their door, and said somebody called to report a rape that is ongoing. This person who reported it remained anonymous and clearly not happening within this penthouse. The boss and the assistant, played by Lin Yun, got taken away to police station and questioned. As a very successful businessman, Liu Yijun's character definitely has lawyers on call, and that will be our female lead character, played by Zhou Xun, a very successful lawyer. Then you will also come across other important roles, such as the wife of Liu Yijun's role, played by Chen Shu, such as his kind of public lover who also works in this company, played by Dong Jie. On the character that Lin Yun plays, you will also see the parents of hers, good friends of hers, and the policewoman kind of was involved from day one, played by Zhong Chuxi. In the first 12 episodes up to this point, this case still hasn't been fully picked apart and solved. Later, I have no idea, and I love that experience of watching a drama not knowing what the next episode is about. I really don't have anything I can think of that I want to criticize about this drama. The only thing I can say is if it's not your type of drama, the genre, the kind of story it's talking about, if you find it's too heavy, or you find that whole argument about consent, which this drama is gonna heavily ram its head into, if you find that is way too burdensome, then probably that's not your drama, and I think that's the only thing I can think of that may deter people. Otherwise, a very, very good drama. So now let's talk about what are worth watching about this drama. Point number one, a very old and repeated point. It's a very acceptable, high standard contemporary drama production. That includes the hardware stuff, as I would like to call sound, visual, including camera, including editing, including props and costumes. And then if software would be acting and direction, they're all very good. And it's on the realism side of things. It has very minimum beautifying of skin and people. It gives enough contrast to the color and image to give you that realism feeling. And when it is actually not making sense for characters to have makeup, they will not have makeup. And if you want to go even deeper on that, this drama also has designs of things. There are certain shots, the way they use camera, the way they set up the scene, different props getting used, very meaningful framing and mise-en-scène. You can see that this director has clear idea about, in every scene, what my narrative goal is and how to make it work to the maximum as a visual storytelling. She's not only familiar with the technical aspects of telling a visual story, she's also very good at eliciting performances. So that brings us to the second point, which is casting and performance. When you see the name Zhou Xun, Dong Jie, Chen Shu, Liu Yijun, you already know it's gonna be filled with really good actors, actresses, and good performances, and that is true. For these people, you have an expectation of how good they're gonna be, and so far, very satisfying. Because all those well-established actors are just so good, I don't think I need to say more about that. Here I want to actually emphasize on two actresses that I didn't expect their performances to be so good. Zhong Chuxi and Ling Yun. Zhong Chuxi, I've never really gotten Zhong Chuxi's performance in any sense, whether when she was on big screen or smaller screen. But in this drama, the policewoman she plays feels so right. And she is this very professional, sensitive, very clever, but very steadfast woman. And she does it so well that often I forgot I'm looking at Zhong Chuxi. Then Ling Yun. She actually started to get a better reputation since last year's Song Yizhang character in A Dream of Splendor, also directed by Yang Yang. And in this one, she definitely set a record for her own performances in the whole career of her acting up to this point. It starts with her, this drama, the first shot type of thing, starts with her and her very traumatic moment that's going on. And in the first episode, a lot of those important moments are set on her face. And she delivered those close-up shots really, really well. I was impressed. I'm like, oh, Ling Yun, I have no idea you could do this, but clearly you can, and this director knows how to direct this actress, and she did so far a very, very, very good job. I wouldn't say it's perfect, and there's definitely room for improvement, and Ling Yun has never been the type of genius actress in my opinion, but in this drama, she improved so much that I think it's a really good choice that this drama decided to cast her as the instrumental person, the imperfect victim. At least I think in the first case of the drama, if this drama is going to involve multiple cases later, so far I'm not quite sure. For these two actresses' performances, because I didn't expect much from it, I guess that gave me extra value and enjoyment of watching this drama. Then the third point, because of the nature of this story, it talks about such a complicated issue, consent. And the consent that happens under this very specific situation between these two parties who are so economically, social status-wise, everything considered at totally different positions. One is very, very powerful and very high. The other is barely having any resources. And the complicated mess that they ended up in, and how much misunderstandings and how many little details and all those psychological things that goes on in people's mind that resulted in this whole mess. I so appreciate that a drama in Chinese drama land would look upon this topic and actually really pick it apart. Very, very detailed level that I have never seen in Chinese dramas. The entire procedure of when the police shows on scene, what happens, what they say, when you take the lady to police station to do exams, exactly what happens. I have never seen that actually being put on camera in that level of detail. Even when somebody gets incarcerated and their lawyer comes to visit them, how that room works and how they adjust the microphone so they can hear each other. I've never seen that being put on camera so in detail. And in terms of the case's progression, from the woman's perspective, the guy's perspective, the lawyer's perspective, the police perspective, what would make sense and what would be a clever strategy, for example, for the lawyer to do, and then what would be the step-by-step thing that the police would do. It will show you. It shows you every detail you can imagine, you appreciate, and you feel you get a much better idea about how these things work, at the same time not boring at all. So I would highly recommend people check out this drama just because of that. I don't think you can get that from any other similar crimes case investigation drama. It really gives you a very full picture of every party, every profession involved in this whole thing, who is doing what at what stage and for what reason, to the most amount of detail imaginable. One final thing would be, because I haven't seen the whole thing, I couldn't quite gauge exactly how the drama will get structured at this point. I do think still they're gonna put more focus on Zhou Xun's character. The drama has already, at this point, told you her past history, personal history, how that influenced her view on this case and her stand, and as a professional lawyer, what she needs to do for her client, but also as a woman, how she could actually easily empathize with the victim. I don't know if later they're gonna go into more detail, digging out more of the past history of this character and how that influences her future work. This drama, in a way, can be looked at as two drama at the same time. One is looking at different cases and the hot and quite difficult topics of the nature of those cases. The other is looking at it as a couple of very important female roles, using Zhou Xun as the leading one, but you would say Lin Yun and also Zhong Chuxi's role, and even Chen Shu and Dong Jie's role. A lot of women, the challenges and difficulties that they encounter in their private life, in their professional career, the not so clear and black and white situation of a lot of things, and showing you the very complicated human nature and different sides of a person, let's say all in this contemporary life that everybody has to carry their own burden. So you can read it as that type of story as well. So overall, this is a very satisfying, very well-made drama. I don't think it has the high potential to be super explosively popular due to the nature of the story, but I don't see how anybody who's managed to check out this drama would complain about it in any way. You may not like the type of drama it is, but when you see it, you'll see it's a good one. It's like the logical and rational part of a normal audience will definitely acknowledge this is a very well-made drama. Personally, I'll definitely stick till the end of this drama, if not for anything, just to look at the performances of these great actors. But I do think so far it definitely has provided far more value than just that. So that should be my first impression on the drama 不完美受害人 Imperfect Victim. Thank you for watching Avenue X. I'll see you in my next video. Meanwhile, live long and happy drama watching.